CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. We begin with breaking news off the top. A man is in police custody after a dangerous chase in northwest Miami-Dade. CBS News Miami brought you this chase live right here on the CBS News Miami stream and on television. Chopper 4 over the scene less than an hour ago. You can see that driver weaving in and out of traffic, speeding past a car, and this is during peak school dismissal, and then crashing into another car. That driver was arrested and taken into custody. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor is headed to the scene right now, and we're going to have the very latest tonight at 5. And remember, for breaking news as it happens, you can always find us right here on the CBS News app, Pluto TV, and CBSMiami.com. Right now, new details in the death of a Hialeah police officer. We are learning more about that officer. He was off duty when he was killed while on his motorcycle. CBS News Miami's Peter Dinch is in Homestead with the latest.
The president of the South Florida PBA says this was devastating. This is where the accident happened here in Camel Drive at Southwest 147th Avenue. Officer Anthony Cabero was just 22 years old. The Hialeah police chief says he was sworn in on September 11th of last year at the age of 21. He was on his motorcycle when the accident happened. Police say the driver stayed on the scene. There was a somber sight last night as his body was taken to the medical examiner's office. Officers were there from multiple agencies. This morning, the flag at Hialeah Police Headquarters flew at half staff. We spoke with South Florida PBA President Stedman Stahl.
It's devastating to the family, to the police community, anytime we lose a police officer, and this is just another tragic example. And it's also another example that you're really never off duty, are you? I mean, you know, these accidents and these tragedies can come anytime, at any place, and anywhere. And so our hearts go out to the family. Our hearts go out to the Hialeah Police Department and their family, and we are here for them.
In a statement, Hialeah Police Chief George Fuentes said, though his time with us was short, Officer Cabero made an enormous impact of his brothers and sisters in blue, as well as his community. He was a remarkable young man that made us feel extremely proud and lucky that he was part of our family. His shining personality will live in our hearts forever. The police chief said that Cabero is survived by his sister and his parents. Homestead police say, again, the driver stayed on the scene, and so far, no one has been cited or arrested. In Homestead, Peter Dinch, CBS News, Miami.
We are now getting a look at body cam footage. It's in the arrest of a man charged in the 1996 murder of rapper Tupac Shakur. The footage captured last Friday shows the initial moments of Dwayne Davis's arrest. Davis appears to cooperate with police as they search and handcuff him. The drive-by shooting that killed Shakur happened September 7th, 1996. It was as the rapper left a Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand on the Las Vegas Strip. Shakur was shot 4 times. He died 6 days later. Davis appeared in court on Wednesday. His arraignment is set for October 19th.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And what a beautiful shot, taking a live look at downtown Miami. We are tracking showers moving through the area. Next weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler joins us now. Cindy, can we expect more rain this weekend?
Yeah, unfortunately, that dry air that we've been enjoying for the past few days has moved out. So now the moisture is back, and you can already feel it in the atmosphere. So we're waiting for the sea breezes to kick in. They're starting to move in. So a few showers and some storms are developing along those sea breezes. So I do expect to see that this afternoon. Very easily, you can pick up where that sea breeze is, that boundary. So we're going to watch them. It'll kind of pop in and out. Another one just popped there around North Miami, Liberty City, Hard Rock Stadium, making its way off to the southeast. So that's going to happen this afternoon and again tomorrow afternoon. And it's all because there's a lot of moisture in place. We're waiting on a frontal boundary to move south. So we're on the south side of it right now, and it's really hot out there. The high today so far was 92 degrees. That would be 1 degree shy of the record. It's now dropped to 89. A little bit outflow from those showers, bringing that temperature down just slightly, but 89 in Marathon, 86 degrees in Key West. You add the moisture to it, this is what it actually feels like, 98 degrees. So we're kind of back to the stickies again here across South Florida. So let's time this out for you. 5 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock, this could be a little bit overdone, but we will see some scattered showers and maybe some storms yet this evening, tapering off and moving out into the Atlantic. So the flow, generally a lot that's from the north, but we're getting kind of an northeasterly flow. And then Saturday night again, watch for those showers and thunderstorms by the afternoon, kind of moving toward the coastal areas. So where is that cold front? I really hesitate to say cold, because even though up north this is going to have some impact, bringing in cooler, drier air, but by the time it gets this far south, it really loses its punch. So we're not going to see that much cooler conditions here. Even the drier air doesn't quite make it down here, so that's going to happen over Saturday into Sunday. By Monday, it stalls out and hangs around, and that's just going to keep the moisture kind of focused across South Florida. So our rain chances will be climbing, and next week looks like we're going to at least have a 50% chance for showers and thunderstorms each day. Let's go out to the tropics, because there's a couple of things out here. Post-tropical Philippe is sitting out here close to Bermuda. That is expected to move north, bring in some squally conditions up there around Maine, possibly into the Maritimes of Canada. That'll be by Sunday, so we're not concerned about that, of course, never were. And then this other wave coming off of Africa now, this one expected to turn to the north, so this will also be a fish storm. But this is interesting out here in the possible Gulf. That one we're going to watch. That one could bring some rain even down here to Florida, but at this point, too soon to tell. We'll watch it, track it for you. This weekend, there will be an increased chance for showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures are still going to be quite warm, upper 80s to lower 90s. And there you got it. Next week, even with that front in the area, we still top out in the upper 80s. Have a good weekend.
All right, thank you, Cindy. When we come back, shakeups on Capitol Hill continue. Congressman Matt Gaetz is sparing no words when it comes to the state of the House and his plans for the future. Stay with us. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Amid the shakeups on Capitol Hill following the ousting of now former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, the question now looms, what's at stake as Congress sits without a speaker? South Florida Congressman Carlos Gimenez joined us earlier on CBS News Miami's Morning Edition. He talked about what's next for the Republican Party.
The country can't tolerate it. We stop. Everything stops when there's no speaker.
Very true.
We can't do that. We have to continue our work. We were continuing on our way to 12 appropriation bills to get the budget passed, and then, I'm not going to say what Mr. Gaetz is, but, Matt Gaetz decided to throw this bomb inside the House.
Again, the House is expected to vote on a new speaker on Tuesday. While Gimenez says he likes both Congressman Scalise and Congressman Jordan, he says he has not made up his mind on his choice for the next speaker. And you can watch the entire interview with Congressman Gimenez right now on our website. Just go to the video section on CBSMiami.com. Only on CBS News Miami, Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz is on the record following this history-making week at the U.S. Capitol. He spoke exclusively with CBS News Miami's Jim DeFede about the political landscape, including his thoughts on the Republican governor and presidential candidate Ron DeSantis.
Matt Gaetz was an early supporter of Ron DeSantis when DeSantis first ran for governor back in 2018. In fact, it was Gaetz who helped introduce DeSantis into Donald Trump's inner circle and helped get DeSantis that crucial Trump endorsement that allowed DeSantis to win the nomination. But the relationship between Gaetz and DeSantis has soured in recent years. I wanted to get Gaetz's view on the rift. You were once very close with Ron DeSantis. You support, obviously, former President Trump. Where did your relationship with Governor DeSantis sort of split, and give me your analysis as to why he's failing so poorly in the polls and across the country as he campaigns for president?
Well, he's not failing as our governor. I'm a big fan of Ron DeSantis. I was very involved in his first campaign. I served as one of the chairs of his transition into office. Ron DeSantis is a bright, dynamic, thoughtful leader. He's brilliant, but he's not quite as dynamic as President Trump on a national campaign. And so my support for President Trump definitely was probably the catalyst that changed my relationship with Governor DeSantis. but I'm going to be the biggest fan of Ron DeSantis when he returns to Florida to serve out his final 2 years as governor. I look forward to working with him to advance our state's priorities. And, it's just a preference, much like in the speaker's race, to be honest with you. In the speaker's race, I like Jim Jordan and I like Steve Scalise. At the end of the day, I'll have to make a choice based on their specific vision. I like Ron DeSantis. I like Donald Trump, but it's Trump's dynamism and vision, and I think his real determination to try to root out some of the most corrupt elements of Washington, D.C. that led me to that choice.
Did you try to warn DeSantis not to run against Trump?
Many times. I told him, I told Ron, look, you're going to be president one day, but in politics, if you get too far in front of the wave, it's like surfing. Sometimes the wave can crash on you and you don't quite catch it for ultimate velocity.
You can see my full interview with Matt Gaetz this Sunday on Facing South Florida, and more all day on the CBS News Miami stream and cbsmiami.com.
And there it is one more time. Watch Jim's entire interview this Sunday at 8:30. It is on Facing South Florida right after CBS News Miami Morning Edition. Now to the Fins on CBS Miami. The Miami Dolphins will try to bounce back on Sunday and get a win when they take on the New York Giants. Team is coming off a tough loss on Sunday to their AFC division rival, Buffalo Bills. The Giants only have one win this season and come off a loss Monday night to the Seattle Seahawks. Kickoff between the Dolphins and the Giants is set for 1 o'clock. And don't forget to start your Sunday with us here on CBS Miami. We start with the Coach Mike McDaniel show at 11 a.m., followed by Dolphins Live Weekly, and then the fifth quarter postgame show on TV 33. We will break down everything that happened in the big game. Thank you so much for joining us for the Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami.